This is a test of frequency instruments, bass, drums, distortion.
With all London leaders, and I was able to ask the regional director of public health.
What about the track and trace system, Mickey? That's not working, is it? We were told that we were going to have a world-beating track and trace system, Mickey.
We probably do have a well-being track and trace.
No, we don't, Mickey.
We don't.
But why does a bus lane need to be 24 hours, 7 days a week? We've got bike lanes that nobody uses that they have to take out that go over bus stops. 20-mile-an-hour zones everywhere. We've got ULEZ. Well, let me finish my list, Christian. We got ULEZ. We're just picking up from last time, aren't we? I love you, by the way. ULEZ is coming in, and now, in order for our mayor and Transport for London to get the bailout because of this pandemic, which nobody knew was happening, and he can't be held responsible for the drop in the number of people using transport. The new aim is to, even before I get to taking away the pass from old people and my kids, sorry, all children, we've got the idea that you've got to extend it, this scheme, the congestion charge on the North and South Circular.
Yeah, hold on. There's a bit of an alphabet soup there, isn't there?
Because there is. Yeah, because there is.
Look, to just debunk one thing. You know why cycle lanes look empty quite often?
Because no one is in them.
Because they're so much more efficient than the car lanes, because the cars get stuck in traffic and cycles just cycle through. So they look like they're empty, but actually, probably more people use the cycle lane along, for example, along the Westminster Embankment than are in the cars that are stuck along there.
Really? I was coming home about 1 o'clock in the morning. Mrs. Nestor had taken off her shoes because they were too tight. She probably shouldn't have worn those shoes anyway. And we were stuck in traffic, looking at the bright open space beside us. Come on, Chris, help me out. Do the real stuff for me today.
There's not perfect solutions, and some of these things have been badly designed and so on. But the principle surely must be right. That essentially residential areas should be about the people that live there and not about cars driving through them. So there is scope to create lots
This
of
is you and your gentrification. That real ordinary people don't have any place in London.
Oh, that's a myth. You know, the idea that all the poor people live on the main roads and all the rich people live off the main roads and you know, therefore benefit from it. That's another urban myth. But let me just address the congestion charge thing.
Please.
Yeah? You know, I take what Sean Berry just said about the fact that it's slightly daft just to have a kind of blanket congestion zone that is like represents the whole of say the North and South Circular, the area inside that. But it would really be quite sensible to have some sort of road pricing system there, so that if you drove 1 mile you might pay 50p, and if you drive 20 miles you might pay 10 quid, right? And that is perfectly feasible with modern technology. It would be a different technology. It wouldn't be cameras, but it would be a technology that monitored where you were going. And that's basically, at the end of the day, the solution, that you have a pay per mile system, just as you pay, you know, for the amount of fuel you use while you pay for the amount of road space you use.
So you know, Christian, because I'm a professional, that nothing I'm saying here is my opinion. I'm speaking on behalf of my listener. You know that, right? So when I say, well, why don't you just stop, not you, of course, but why don't we just stop licensing so many...
Kick the flow, 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 kick the flow.